Hi folks, and welcome to today's video, lumbar disc herniation, staying positive with the mental struggles. Now, I do produce a lot of good content for those folks out there suffering with low back issues such as sciatica nerve pain, lumbar herniated discs, bulging discs, etc. If that's you, then hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I upload some great content to get you guys back on the road to recovery. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So folks, today I want to talk a little bit about overcoming some of those mental struggles when you are coming back from a low back lumbar disc herniation. Now, one of the first things that happens, you first get injured, a lot of people don't know where to turn, they're fearful, and as you get into the rehabilitation process, you may incur, I did as well partly, depression, okay, because you start thinking to yourself, what's going to happen in the future? What's my prognosis? Am I going to need surgery? Am I going to get through this with conservative care? Am I going to get back to my activities I used to do before, playing sport, tennis, golf, lifting in the gym, whatever it could be? You can have a feeling of helplessness, frustration, anger at yourself for being injured. These are all normal feelings that you will incur, can happen to you when you get injured and you're on that injury process. And I'm going to go over today 5 very important things which will help you along that path, help you to cope with that journey. Now, the first thing you must understand, the return to full activity will depend on many, many different variables, and it can be, for some people, short, 3 to 4 months. For others, it can be 6 months to a year. It can be a long process, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. And that's one of the first things I want to talk about is, yes, recovery is possible. Now, one of the most famous on the internet, of course, is a guy called Brian Carroll. He was a high-level powerlifter, had a very severe compression injury in his spine. He went to work with Stuart McGill, the very famous back mechanic who we all know and love, and he came back to his elite level of powerlifting. And it is possible. Myself, I'm a walking, talking story of that. There's a video that will pop up in a second of me doing some various lifts, remaining deadlifts there's a partial deadlift, etc. Throwing up a heavy dumbbell. They're all going to pop up on the screen for you guys. I came back from herniated disc, bulging disc, stenosis, really bad sciatica, couldn't walk for a while, and I made it back to basically being active at a very high level. So yes, recovery is possible. Now, I tell my clients especially, look, don't go on the internet and start looking for stuff, because as we know, misery loves company. A lot of people will go into Reddit, Quora, different groups, Facebook groups, and they will post up their MRI results. Mine's worse than yours. Mine's worse than yours. I've got a 10 millimeter, 5 millimeter herniation, whatever it could be. And they talk about their struggles. Now, I'm not saying these are bad people, but you looking in, you're going to see this misery, and it makes you feel bad as well. What you want is stories of success, of people actually recovering. And there's a really good website. It's called the spinehealth.org. It's the Spine Health Foundation. I'll put the link in the description down below. And they've got a whole section on spinal champions, they call them. I did a podcast on there myself, and it's detailing people's recovery journeys, either those that have had surgery, those that have not had surgery, to leading a normal, active life again. So, number 1, yes, recovery is possible. Now, another thing I do with a lot of clients, and you should be doing as well, is setting yourself goals, okay? Yes, your ultimate goal is to return to whatever activity it is. It could even just be, playing with a family game, playing with the kids, hanging out with your loved ones. But you want to set that as your long-term goal, and to get there, you've got to set little short-term goals. Now, it could be something as simple as walking the length of the room in your home. It could be walking down to the end of the garden and back. It could be walking to the end of the street and back. Maybe the first day it's only 50 yards, then the next day it's 60 yards. These are small goals, these are small wins, these are small achievements, and you should never forget that. Again, when I talk to my clients, I always ask them, what do you do this week? How did this week go? And they may say something in a conversation, and I'll say, wait a minute, you didn't do that last time, or you were able to sit with your friend for a coffee for an hour, you didn't do that before, or you were fearful of doing that before. And quite often they don't actually realize they have done it because they're so focused on the sort of the bigger goal, they're missing those small achievements along the way. And this is where journaling becomes really, really useful. Journaling is great because what you're doing is you're detailing your day, what you did during the day, how you were feeling, your pain levels, maybe some things you achieved during the day you didn't do the week before or the day before, and it lets you see written down, or maybe you keep it on the internet or your phone, sorry, on the computer or your phone. It lets you see those small wins which you were not able to achieve. And to help people, including some of my clients, and I'll put a link in the description, you can download it. It's a daily checklist guide that I use for some clients, and you can detail daily what you did, how your pain was, what did you achieve this week or this day that you didn't do the day before. And I get them to keep it daily, and then we can look back at it as the weeks go on, and you will start to see this progress, because progress is not linear, straight up like that. People will go up, they will have a little bit of aggression, a setback, they've got to pick themselves up, and you go again. And that's another thing, setbacks are normal in all aspects of life, okay? Not many people sort of, start working after university or college or whatever and have a straight run to the top line of their career. Many of us have setbacks in life, be it in relationships, be it in work, be it in friendships, and the same thing is set for injuries. It's knowing how to deal with that setback, how to reframe your mind and get over that setback and achieve those small-term goals to get you to your long-term goal. And that brings me on to number 3. So number 1, we've got recovery is possible. 2, goal setting. 3, reframing your thoughts. Now, this is a big one. It comes mainly from psychology. It's how we sort of look at our pain, how we look at certain things, and how we can reframe them. It's not so much about, I can't, play tennis anymore, or I can't even walk the end of my street, okay? It's reframe it to what can you do, okay? Can I walk 50 yards down the road and back? Yes, okay, that's a great start, okay? Maybe it's only 25 yards, okay, that's what you can do. And you want to work on what you can do and what you have control of. Can I do my standing core exercises? Yes. Maybe I'm not ready to do the floor, the classic plank, okay, yet, but I can do a standing plank, right? And it's finding those things you can do and reframing those into small wins, into small thoughts that will be positive and help you get to where you want to go. I was just speaking with a client a few weeks ago, and this is especially important for mothers. If you've got small kids, how do you pick them up? How do you play with them? And a lot of times, yes, you have to change and adjust how you move, how you get on and off the floor with the children. But it's also, okay, I can't play with my kids. Well, maybe perhaps think of a different game you can play with them that you can do. Think of a challenging thing that you can do that you can introduce the children to that will be fun for you all to do. It might not be their normal, playing with the cars, playing with Lego. Maybe it's just a simple board game, okay? Something that you can do, that you can achieve, that is going to bring you that joy, bring you that happiness, and of course it brings interaction with the kids, and it makes you feel that you're doing the best as a mother, you're doing the best that you can, and that's very, very important. So I know it's hard when you get into that sort of those depressive thoughts of, I can't do this anymore, but take a step back and start to think about what you can do, like change how you think and have a sort of step back and look at what you can control, and that's what to implement, yeah? Now, coming on from reframing, number 4 is support. Now, don't be afraid to ask your friends, family, loved ones for some support. Perhaps it can be, support with the kids, helping out with the kids. Maybe it's support in, coming to do some sort of, house tidying, house cleaning, housework in your home. Maybe it's giving you a lift to work if you can't drive, if you've got some, the pain is too much for you to drive. Don't be afraid to lean on people for support. You're working with a rehabilitation specialist, your physiotherapist. Okay, ask them, okay, that you need that support, you need that sort of surrounding bubble of help, which will get you through those dark days. And if you're having dark days, reach out to friends and family, explain to them what's going through your mind, okay? If they're your loved ones, they're going to understand, they're going to be there to help you, yeah? So number 4 is support. Don't be afraid to ask for support, because there will be setbacks, okay? And it's having that support network, either from friends, family, your physio, etc., which is going to help you get to that long-term goal. And number 5, I've spoken about this many, many times as well, is having a plan, okay? It's having that plan, that rehabilitation plan, that physiotherapy plan, whatever, modalities you choose to use, and sticking with it, having somebody guide you through that plan, recording what you're doing, writing down your workouts, the repetitions that you do, the potential the weights that you're lifting, how long you're holding a plank for, because then you can track your progress. When you can track progress, we can see that you're improving. If there is a small relapse, something happens, we look, okay, what happened this week? Was it the new exercise? Was it that you did something extra? And that way the plan can be adapted, because if we're not tracking, it's very hard to ascertain what variable was the one that caused the issue. If it was one of the variables, maybe it was something completely different about how you bend or twisted or picked up the laundry perhaps. There could be many, many different factors. But if we can control for as many of them as we can, then it makes it easier for the likes of myself, if I'm working with clients, to know what to change going forward to, again, keep you getting up, getting better, reducing your pain and getting you towards that goal. And of course, being able to adapt it as and when is necessary. So guys, just to repeat, okay, recovery, it is possible, all right? I know the internet's full of bad stories, right? But try not to get sort of down that rabbit hole of pain and misery, okay? Goal setting, extremely important for you to set goals for this recovery journey. 3, reframing your thoughts into what you can do, what you've got control of, not what you cannot do, okay? The long-term goal will be to regain what you cannot do at this time, but for the time being, what you control and what you can do. 4, support, massive one. Okay, recruit family, friends, physios, rehab specialists, whatever it is, to get that support network in place to help you achieve those goals. And number 5, your plan. Stick to your plan, adapt it if necessary, but have a plan, okay? The classic, right? If we plan to fail, we fail to plan. And it's true in this case. You need to have a plan of attack as to where you're going to go. And folks, don't forget, download that little daily journal. It's been really useful for a lot of my clients, all right? You're more than welcome. Have a look at yourself, use it yourself, please. If you are out there struggling with your own back pain, your back rehabilitation journey, feel free to drop me a line. My email's down below. I'll help as many people as I can. Drop me a message, okay? Or you can hit me up in the comment section. It's not a problem as well. I do try my best to help as many people out there suffering with low back issues as possible. So folks, listen, I hope this has been somewhat helpful for you if you are out there suffering with these issues. Don't forget to like and share, and of course, subscribe, and you'll get more great content coming to you soon. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.